Hello everyone, my name is Christian Eschbach, and welcome to another one of my album reviews. Alright, after covering the Cheech and Chong wedding album for 420, album review 420 that is, I decided that I wanted to do a couple other comedy albums that really affected me growing up as a kid. And George Carlin definitely was one of them, and he is not the only Irish Catholic or raised Irish Catholic comedian that I like. There is another one who I find absolutely hilarious as well, and that is Denis Leary. So you're going to get a double shot of Denis Leary. I'm going to cover No Cure for Cancer today. Next review will be covering Lock and Load. Both distinctly different albums as well. Now, this album was recorded from a live set. You can actually find the live set. I know there's at least clips of it on YouTube, if not the full thing. At one point, Netflix had the whole entire special on there. The whole entire special actually runs longer than this album does. The special runs closer to 90 minutes. I think there are parts that are cut out of here. The ones that are cut out of here, not a huge loss, but I do miss them a little bit, like when he goes on with a bunch of Canadian stereotypes about how he doesn't trust Canadians and how he can hear us sharpening our skates in the night coming down. It's great. I love it. It's hilarious, especially considering Denis Leary can play hockey and is a fan of hockey. So it works for me. No offense as a Canadian. All right, so if you know Denis Leary for anything outside of Rescue Me, and I know he had another show in there that I have forgotten about, you will know him for his legendary song, Asshole. Folks, I like to sing a song about the American dream. About me. About you. About that special feeling we get down in the bottoms of our chests, or in the cockles of our chests, maybe below the subcockle area. Anyways, I'm messing it up. Anyways, Asshole. That kicks off this album. Now, in the live set, he actually performs it live, and I believe he performs it live at the end of the set. I don't remember. It's been a while since I've watched the live set. Here, it's an actual studio version recorded, put on at the beginning of the album. It's the perfect way to kick off this album. It is one of my all-time favorite songs still to this day. Hilarious. I don't think you should behave the way that it says in here. It's just hilarious to do those jokes, to make those jokes, okay? Yeah. Then you go into the track Drugs, and this is Denis Leary just going on and on and on and on and on about drug use. And not bad way, just, great way. He's going on about drug use, his drug use, different types of drug use, different types of drugs, stuff like that. The legend of whippets. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, whippets. Yeah. Then that naturally segues into talking about rehab and people going through rehab. And back in the day, it was really popular for people to go through rehab and then start blaming their family members for everything, blah, 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 blah. Great little bit. Which then segues back into even more drugs. I think it's fantastic. The best part is just listening to Denis have this, what you can almost consider like the stream of consciousness rant, where he turns off, it feels like, he turns off every last filter in his brain, and he just lets every last thing he can think of come out of his mouth, and just this rapid spew of drugs, man. Drugs. And then from there he goes into smoke, as in smoking. I love to smoke. I will admit that the smoke part of this comedy bit I took a little too seriously as a teenager. Your Honor, I would like to blame Denis Leary for the reason that I smoked from the time that I was 13 years old until I quit for the first time at the age of 21, I think. Maybe 19, I don't remember entirely. I was confused because of all the nicotine addiction. Thanks to all the years of listening to Denis Leary. Paraphrase off of a joke that's in here. Yeah. So, I love the smoking bit. I still to this day love the smoking bit. I think it's absolutely hilarious. Then you get into meat, and meat is another one where it's just about being a meat eater. How he loves meat, blah 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 blah. Your typical Irishman, man. Your typical classic Irishman. Don't get me, vegetables, meat and potatoes. That's it. And you know what? You fuck the potatoes too. I mean, that's not actually what's said in here, but that's more or less the idea. This is like this in today's day and age. This is like the greatest anti-vegetarian rant ever, without being anti-vegetarian per se. This is just pure carnivore. Well, it is anti-vegetarian actually. Okay, all right, moving on. Then we get back into some music. That's where Denis finishes out the comedy set, and we get into more recorded studio time, which is great. I really enjoy the fact that Denis took the time to put some actual music on here as well. Now, when he finishes, well, okay, sorry, I apologize. The Downtrodden song technically is from the live set. I don't know if he re-recorded it here and then threw the ending on the same way as he does in the live set or not. It was kind of a little hard to gauge. It's really hilarious to watch him do the Downtrodden song live on stage. On here, it's fantastic. It works. I love it. It's basically, just being so upset or so downtrodden or so wound down. We'd call it depressed these days. Pop a couple Prozac for it, something like that. Prozac shows how old I am, right? But the downtrodden, it's just that, you know what I mean? So, life sucks. Then you get into traditional Irish folk song, and this one is hilarious. This is such a cliche and such a beautiful cliche. I absolutely love it in every way, shape, or form. And once again, like I said, Denis Leary is Irish Catholic, and as so, he is allowed to make the Irish Catholic jokes, in the U.S. at least. And then you get to Voices in My Head. Voices in My Head, another great song. Basically just talking about, how the voices in your head make you do insane, bizarre things and how you blame it on the voices in your head. Voices in my head, that's all. Voices in my head. Yeah. Anyways, I don't want to give away jokes. I don't want to give away gags. I don't want to give away the actual comedy because I want you to go listen to this album. Go watch the live special. The live special is fantastic. If you watch the live special, you are missing out on traditional Irish folk songs. You are missing out on Voices in My Head. You buy the CD, you get that, but you lose out on a little bit of the comedy special. Would I give up some of these songs for some of the comedy special? Maybe. Nah. Cause I'm an asshole. I'm an asshole with perfect asshole. Alright, check it out, folks. You gotta go buy it. Gotta go watch it. Whatever it takes. Listen to this album. Fantastic album. Yeah. Let me know what you think. That's what the comment section is for. On your way down there, you'll see a link to Patreon. Please click on that. You can throw me some money my way, blah, 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 blah. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell for notifications. If you're on Rumble, there's the join and the follow button. Peace, love, take care.